Welcome to GEA. GEA is one of the largest system suppliers for the food industry. We also offer sustainable solutions for multiple other industries. Our technology positively affects people's lives on a daily basis. GEA Africa's health, safety and environment vision is to eliminate all work-related injuries and illnesses, to enhance the well-being of our employees and preserve the natural environment for future generations. Our mission is to provide leadership and to become world-class in health, safety and environment. The Health, Safety and Environmental Induction sets out the general requirements that must be adhered to by all employees, visitors and contractors performing work activities on the GEA premises. GEA Core Safety Rules. Your health and safety at work is our highest priority at GEA. GEA has developed these safety rules to provide you with a globally recognized health and safety standard in the workplace. The GEA Core Safety Rules are applicable for all work-related activities and apply to all GEA employees. Workplace housekeeping, work equipment, lifting operations, hazardous energy, hazardous substances, working at heights, driving, confined space, personal protective equipment or PPE, stop and intervene. Training on all core safety rules will be reinforced by the Health and Safety Department annually at all GEA branches throughout Africa. GEA Disclaimer. When entering a GEA premises, all visitors and contractors should take notice of our disclaimer. The consumption of alcohol is not permitted on the GEA site. This is a non-smoking building. Persons may only smoke in the designated smoking areas which are clearly marked outside. Firearms and cameras are also not permitted on the premises. Entering the site. All persons on site are subject to our security protocol. All visitors are required to sign in at reception. You should be accompanied by your on-site GEA contact at all times. A visitor permit will be issued to visitors and contractors when arriving on site. All vehicles are subject to security searches, and a signed visitor's permit must be presented when exiting our facility. Adhere to the speed limit while driving inside the facility and do not block any entrances or other vehicles when parking inside. Please note that while you're on our premises, you are subject to all our health and safety rules and requirements. Security. Upon arrival at GEA Africa, visitors and contractors will be given a visitor's slip to fill in at the gate. They must keep this with them at all times and present it to security on departure. A combination of biometric and tag systems is used for GEA Africa employees. GEA employees will be issued with a magnetic access tag which can be used to enter certain sections of the site. It is important that visitors and contractors stay on the designated walkways when navigating the site. Please also ensure that you are wearing the correct PPE if you are in a designated and marked PPE area. Vehicles entering the site are subject to all the on-site road rules. Vehicles must adhere to the speed limits allocated to each area, and drivers must be mindful not to block other vehicles and to only park in designated parking areas. All contractors, visitors and GEA employees are subject to random security searches upon leaving the GEA property. Persons entering our facility are required to wear the protective gear for the designated areas. Please pay attention to the signage at each work area to determine the appropriate personal protective equipment or PPE and clothing for that area. Here you can see a GEA employee demonstrating the correct application of personal protective equipment required while working on and off-site. Standard PPE requirements. Visibility vests. GEA employees will be issued with a yellow reflector vest. and visitors with an orange reflector vest. Safety glasses. Ensure that you are wearing the correct safety glasses while performing work activities. Earplugs. Ensure that earplugs fit snugly into the earlobe. Steel-tipped safety shoes are required when on site. Special PPE requirements. When exposed to uncontrolled release of ammonia, special PPE requirements need to be adhered to. Contractors are required to come prepared with their own PPE for the area they will be working in. Some areas may require extra PPE related to the work done. Staff with chemical, gas or ammonia exposure will wear PPE to protect them. Good, safe work practices and site rules. All routine work activities need to be accompanied by a job card, and all high-risk activities need to be accompanied by a permit to work. When performing work, ensure that you have the correct qualifications and PPE to perform the task at hand. For your own safety, ensure that you are following the correct procedures to ensure that the work is completed in a safe manner. The Rule of 3 is an effective tool to achieve situation awareness in 5 minutes. This simple technique can be used to recognize and classify hazards. 1. Pause and think about the hazards around you. 2. Identify your ambers. 3. Stop if you have 3 or more ambers or any reds. 4. Recognize what you can change. 5. Reassess to see if you can continue safely. When working at heights, it is essential that you wear a fall arrest harness and the correct PPE for the job at hand. For the purpose of this video, the GEA employee is demonstrating the correct use of fall arrest equipment on a fixed platform. Follow these steps when working at heights. All persons that are working at heights must be certified medically fit by an approved occupational medical practitioner. Keep 3 points of contact at all times when using a ladder and walking up and down stairs. When at risk of falling, always hook double up, both on the way up and on the way down. Use an approved fall arrest system where required, and ensure that the fall arrestor is the appropriate length for the task. When working with dangerous substances such as chemicals, gases or ammonia, it is essential that the material safety data sheets or MSDS are available and that correct authorization, PPE and equipment is used to perform the task at hand. All hazardous substances must be clearly marked and stored correctly in accordance to respective hazard classifications. When entering the site, certain areas and workstations will require that a person wears appropriate ear protection, such as earplugs or noise-cancelling ear muffs. Contractors will not be permitted to operate any on-site motorized equipment without the necessary paperwork, training and permission. Employees operating forklifts need to wear a reflective vest and have a valid operator's license on their person at all times. They also need to be aware of their surroundings and buckle up so as not to cause any unnecessary injuries. No employee will be allowed to operate any motorized equipment without a certificate of competence. Emergency preparedness. There are clearly marked fire extinguishers and firefighting equipment throughout the site and inside of the offices. In the event of a serious incident such as a fire, you will be required to evacuate the premises following the emergency evacuation procedure. 1. The emergency evacuation alarm will be triggered. 2. You will be required to leave the facility and assemble at the designated assembly point outside. 3. The firefighters and first aiders will ensure that the area is evacuated by all staff. 4. The firefighters and first aiders will guide the staff from their designated area to the assembly point outside of the facility. 5. The HSE marshal will do a roll call to ensure that everyone is accounted for. Do not panic in the event of an emergency. Remain calm. In the event of an accident, the designated first aider will assess the scene and injured person and will apply first aid measures. Should the injured individual require medical attention, a report of the accident must be completed immediately and the injured person taken to the nearest approved medical practitioner. Tools and equipment. Before work can commence, it is important that the person working has safe and functional tools. A toolbox functionality test should be done and faulty tools should be replaced. A contractor or employee should never work with faulty or damaged tools. Waste management and housekeeping. Housekeeping is the first step towards good health and safety practices. There is a place for everything, and everything should be in its place. Ensure that your immediate work environment is kept clean at all times. GEA follows cradle-to-grave best practices, from waste separation to the monitoring of waste streams and waste disposal, all the way to the accredited landfills. ISO compliance. The GEA Group make use of OHSAS 18001, ISO 9001, ISO 14001 and ISO 50001 management systems, which helps us comply with relevant standards, ensure that appropriate measures, policies, procedures and training are in place and maintained, take preventative action for identified quality risks, take corrective action for non-conformances, regularly audit to review and improve implementation. The best way to maintain a safe and healthy workplace is to aim for zero harm. To help us achieve this, we need your help. So please, follow the rules, follow all directions given, and act responsibly and safely. Remember that these are our life-saving rules and they work hand in hand with all task-specific safety rules. And if you're unsure about something, please ask your HSE department representative or call 011 392 7114 or 082 300 3080. Thank you for taking the time to view this health, safety and environment induction video. Have a safe and productive day. GEA, engineering for a better world.